I bought my first piece of comic book art in 1989, and I still remember the day like it was yesterday, the day I got it in. I didn't know what it was or anything, and this big board with writing by Stan Lee on the sides and the drawings by John Romita on Spider-Man, and a little light went off in my head and I just said, this is going to be valuable one day.
Very few people have heard of original art, which the comic books are made from. This was sort of a natural progression as a collector, going from, you know, the things we could read and handle to something that is very unique, one of a kind.
The first character in the first comic book I ever read in 1980 was Captain America. He taught me how to read. And that came from a visual perspective at first, because as a child, obviously you don't read the words, because you can't. But you can follow the story if the story's done well.
I was not a good reader as a child, and as I read comic books, I became a great reader.
The first show I went to was, you know, me and 20 other nerds, and now it's thousands and thousands of people. You see the creators themselves are celebrities, and people are here to see Walt Simonson. We have people who have become famous because of what they created. One of the things that Marvel did differently was they built a culture around their characters.
Stan Lee was such a great writer in the 60s, and I think that's what Marvel had that nobody else had. Adults appreciated it more and didn't think of it as for kids, they thought of it as for them.
If you're meek and timid and shy and suddenly you're granted superpowers, you can relate to that on a different level, because Peter Parker looks just like you. Everybody can find something they love about the Avengers and gravitate towards that character or that storyline.
But comic books today are still like comic books back then. There's always good versus evil.
Pretty powerful stuff that remains relevant to this day.